with me.
Hi, today I'm going to be analyzing Claudia's relationship with Louis and Lestat. I want to start and just dive in immediately with this sentence because I feel like this will overall be the overarching theme of this video. Claudia was never picked first, and that is what killed her. I'm just going to be quiet for a second, kind of let that sink in. For starters, Claudia is like many children who are born to toxic parents. She never asked to be born. And Claudia, to me, is innocent from birth because, once again, she did not ask to be here. And she's now brought in this situation where it's unhealthy, it's toxic, and she's being used as a band-aid for a horrible relationship. She's also used as a band-aid for the fact that Louis misses his sister. And so Claudia, and that's how Claudia feels too as well, that she's just kind of there to make up for what he's missing and what he doesn't have. Now, Claudia loved Louis so much more, in my opinion, from the way she behaved and the way she acted. It seems like they had a bit of a friendship and a fathership, like it, and a father-daughter relationship. But it seemed like they were much closer than her and Lestat. And I think it's also because Lestat made it very clear that she's a mistake. I think Lestat, is almost sad that he seems jealous of Claudia and her relationship with Louis. Like, he wants all of Louis' attention, all of his mind, all of everything. And to the point where it's like, even their separate relationship, it causes him anger and frustration. Claudia watched the abusive and toxic behavior of Lestat, and she wanted better for her and Louis. Many times, as we saw, Claudia begged and tried to get Louis to leave with her. The scene where Claudia decides to go to the train alone is huge. When she makes that choice and Louis doesn't go with her, she is hopeful for the future. But Louis not leaving with her is him picking Lestat over her. Okay, I feel like that was really jumbled, so I'm going to repeat it. Basically, in that scene where Claudia is talking to him and saying, like, come with me, like, let's go together. We can leave at the train at this time. Her plan, Louis has the option to go with her. And by him not going with her, he is choosing Lestat in that moment. There's no other way to cut that. That is him choosing Lestat. Because no parent would let their child who is in a bad situation just leave and go on their own and not go with them. Not try, not do something. She wasn't leaving because, I hate the rules at home. Like, not because of that. She was leaving because of the toxicity. She was leaving because of the clear abuse happening. That's why she was leaving. And Lestat is behaving like an abuse survivor. And he's saying he wants to stay. It's almost like a Stockholm type thing. Like, he loves Lestat even though all these bad things keep happening. And the sad part is we see that Claudia is hopeful for the future, for her plans, and for the things that she wants to do. And it's just kind of sad because Louis doesn't go with her. And she has all these thoughts and ideas of what they can be as a family, just them two together. And that's a moment where it's kind of like a reminder you're not enough, right? I feel like in that moment she finally realizes that she cannot save Lestat, by herself. It's not gonna it's never gonna work. He doesn't want to be saved, basically. And even we can go as far as talking about the scene where when Louis walks in the house and Claudia is sitting on the couch. He knows she just said she wanted to leave. He knows that she just made those plans to leave. Right? That means to me, Lestat brought her back because she would have left otherwise. He brought her back. So I think it goes even a step further. Like, if I tell you my dreams, it's one thing for you to not come with me, but another thing for you to stop me from going after them because you don't want to leave. And then even being okay, because that's abuse, with one person or one parent preventing somebody from leaving a bad situation. Not to mention, there was a time where Claudia was like on a killing spree, basically, right? She was killing a bunch of people, hiding it, She was trying to turn young boys into vampires or young men into vampires, and it wasn't working. And even with that, you see that they put so much blame at her feet. And granted, she is to blame for her actions, right? Like for what she did, that's wrong. But it's almost like they have no understanding of why she's so upset or why she's doing this or behaving in this way. Like many children, you're asking for attention, somebody to acknowledge you. Maybe even you're doing it out of anger. But once again, she's causing problems because she is a child. Kids do that. They create scenarios and situations that you, the adult, wouldn't put yourself in. But kids are them. They're just going to do what they want to do. And it's kind of crazy to think about that. Lestat talks so much about this loneliness that he feels and things like that. And he kind of condemned his daughter to that. Now, granted, we see in season 2 of Interview with the Vampire that Lestat never wanted to change her, that he always knew it was going to be a bad idea. She was a child, and trapping her like that was wrong, so I give him points for that. But I think it's so obvious. Claudia makes it so clear that she is really in pain. She is suffering so badly. She is extremely lonely. She wants to have sex, to fall in love, to have children. She wants these things. She is devastated to watch people in love and know she will likely never experience it. In season 1, we see she had tried multiple times to turn people. Obviously, it did not work. But there's a quote that I wrote down. It's like she literally looks at them in the eyes and says, "Who's my Lestat? Who's my Louis? I'm not human. What human would want me? Perverts? Like the uncle at the rooming house who used to watch me pee? Or little boys? And 40 years from now, still little boys? How are you going to fix it? Which one of you is going to me?" I feel like that was so powerful because once again, it's her really laying out. She is lonely. She is suffering by that loneliness. She's aching right now. You made her, and it's just her. She was literally made, and that's so sad. Her whole purpose was to mend a relationship, to keep Louis happy. That's not right. And I think it just she kind of represents to me a bigger issue with people who have kids. It's when the children are not thought of as children. They're just kind of done out of necessity. And not even necessity, but to fix something, to fix us from getting a divorce, to fix family issues or a mother's sadness or, loneliness in a parent. And that's not right. It's not a child's job to be that person for a grown adult. It's not right. To me, Louis and Lestat failed her in so many ways. And I almost kind of hold Lestat higher and more accountable because you were the main person wanting her to change. Lestat literally didn't want to do that. He did not want to change her. He said it was going to be a bad idea, but Louis kept pushing to the point that Lestat finally gave in. Also, Lestat always calling her a mistake or saying that to her is so incredibly hurtful. And like I said, I had to hold Louis to a certain, extent responsible because in real life, if they're too abusive, if there's an abusive parent, right, it is the other parent's job to remove that child from the situation. You as an adult can choose to stay in that, but it is wrong of you to subject your child to that. And Lestat constantly calling her a mistake and doing that, it's like real life situations. In real life, there are parents who look at their kids and will call them a mistake to their face. Say that they should have never been born or that they only create problems. And that is so terrible for the child. So who's to blame? Is it Louis or Lestat? You could argue that it's Louis because he begged for her to be changed. You could argue that it's Lestat's fault because you are a vampire. You're the oldest one here. You should have been strong enough to say no. You should have said no because you knew this was going to ruin somebody's life. And now after Claudia has left home and she just ran away, she comes back home begging Louis to come with her. This is when Louis got really depressed and he wasn't just going out every night, calling for Claudia every single night. She finally comes back home and she's begging Louis to leave with her. Lestat is right there. And if you know anything about an abusive situation, baby, this is hot. Anytime abuse victims leave, that's when it is the most dangerous for them, for this very reason. So after the big fight happens and Lestat drops Louis like a bag, almost killing him, Claudia is there to take care of Louis. And for a little while, she helps prevent the relationship from going back, right? So if Claudia wasn't there, Louis probably would have went back to Lestat quicker. If you know anybody in an abusive relationship, a friend, a family member, you know you could be there to wipe them, to take care of them, to try to heal them. And ultimately, they're still going to go back to that abuser. It's just a matter of time for it to happen. Now, I'm just going to jump forward to that scene where they try to kill Lestat. Claudia comes up with this brilliant plan, and she purposely does not tell Louis about it or tell him what's going to happen and things like that. So this way he cannot say it. You know what I mean? Because Lestat, as we know, is like keeping an ear out and watching them. And he knows something. Lestat is very aware that something is going on and that they have a plan to kill him. And I think he can read their minds. I know they say that they can't, but I really do believe he can. So in the scene where they finally go through with her plan and it's time to set them on fire, we know now in season 2 that Louis shoves Claudia against the wall and refuses to let her set Lestat on fire. And that about lets her know that Lestat was never going to go through with this. That Louis was never going to go through with this. That Louis is still protecting Lestat, because if he really wanted him dead, they know the real way to do it is to burn him. Louis lets him know, as we see in season 2, go to the garbage pile that he knows has rats, which he knows will make it, you know what I mean? He never intended to actually go through with this plan and to really like protect them, etc. He knows that. And I think in that moment, once again, Claudia is reminded that she is not enough, and that when it comes down, when it all boils down to it, Louis will always pick Lestat. And there's this infamous train scene that kind of haunts me, and I have to talk about it. Hopefully I put a clip here, but in the scene, Louis is looking at Claudia and he says, even if they never find another vampire, she would be enough. You and me and you. When he says this, Lestat is sitting beside Claudia. Claudia knows when he says that, it's enough, like you and me would be enough. I really do believe that's why she like kind of looks away, not because Louis is not enough for her, but I think because of the fact that she will never be enough for Louis, it would never work. That's why I think she's so ready to find other vampires or other people so she can finally feel like she has a place, friends, family, a lover, all of these different things. She knows she will never be enough for Louis. And that if Lestat or somebody else comes around, they'll always be able to break that up. And I think that's why she wants so badly to find other vampires, their origins, things like that. Because she essentially is almost trapped by this loneliness. And by finding other vampires, it'll help ease that pain. And I think Lestat sitting next to Claudia is almost like a reminder that what he's saying is really not true. He wants it to be true. Like, I think genuinely he wants what he's saying to her to be true, that for him to really feel that way, but he does not actually feel that way. Even in the end, Claudia still craved companionship. And she finally found it in that woman, but she was not protected because once again, Louis was out with another man. He was not making sure she was okay. Some could argue that at this age she is grown and she should be more responsible. But I guess I blame her parents to an extent, and even herself, but she was never properly protected. She was never properly taken care of. Claudia is left cursed with not only being a vampire, but that ache of your parents. You always want to be enough. You want to be loved. And she never got that. She was never loved properly. She was loved, but not loved like she was supposed to be. She was not protected or taken care of. She was made to feel like a burden, a mistake, a problem, something that's irritating. And that's actually quite sad. Claudia deserves so much better. She was not a perfect character by any means, but she was failed by all of the people around her. The people who were supposed to protect her and take care of her, they failed her. And yeah, make sure you comment down below how you feel about this. Make sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more videos. And for the whole month of October, I'm uploading a video every single day. Whether it's spooky, whether it's just movie related or something random, I'm uploading every single day this month. So I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and bye.